Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning and welcome to Tea Time Tuesdays over here at the Renewal Center in Concord, North Carolina. So excited that you are joining us today. I am Carmela Head. I'm Director of Renewal and Community Programs here at the Renewal Center. And I'm so excited that you all have taken this opportunity to join in with us at the Renewal Center for Tea Time Tuesday. So go get your friends, go tag your friends, do a watch party today. You know, last week we had a phenomenal time during Tea Time Tuesday. And Tea Time Tuesday is our time to stop, to pause, to just collect ourselves. And sometimes it just takes just a moment to just recalculate and to bring awareness to ourselves on ways that we can, I would say, combat stress throughout the day. And so we're glad that you are here. We're working on promoting resilience in our lives or our everyday lives. And I just want to tell you to invite some other people to come in with us this morning. Good morning, Adrian. How are you this morning? What are you drinking this morning? Go ahead and invite your friends. We're so excited this morning. We have a really great session lined up today for Tea Time Tuesday. And I am excited. I'm going to go ahead and kick off this time to talk about our tea of the week. Our tea of the week here at the Renewal Center is green tea. How many of you guys like green tea? I like green tea. Actually, I have green tea with me today. A really sweet type of green tea. Actually, I have mine with some honey. I like to flavor my green tea with honey. Let's talk a little bit about green tea today. Green tea originated in China, and it comes from the Camellia sinensis leaves and the buds of the Camellia sinensis. Let me say that again. Sinensis. I'll repeat this. Green tea originated from China and comes from the Camellia sinensis leaves and buds. There are several varieties of green teas, and based on the particular type of green tea that you have, it has several hues of green. So you can get different hues of green. If you look on the screen, you'll see the green tea sometimes looks like that. And there seems to be a rule about preparing and making green tea. And it said that it's best prepared by steeping it in a shorter time than other teas. You know, sometimes we steep our teas a little bit longer. With green tea, you don't have to steep it as long, so it could stay flavorful, I guess. But it is a very delicious tea. And good morning out there, Celestine. How are you doing? Elder Monique, Elder Jackson. Yes, I'm so glad that you all are here again with us today. We're excited about Tea Time Tuesday. Hello, Nicole. Good to see you this morning. And our book of the week, you know, we always talk about a book of the week that kind of lines up with Tea Time Tuesday about relaxation. I know last week we talked about choosing joy, and that was the title of last week's book of the week. Today, our book of the week is Follow Your Heart. Follow Your Heart and Discover God's Dream for You. And it's by Judy Peterson. And we have the hardback with a paperback book here in our thought room, our library, and we'll be featuring that this week. Follow your heart and discover God's dream for you. Here's a little synopsis of this particular book. May God give you the desire of your heart and make all your plans succeed. That comes from Psalms 24. And do you dream of more fully using your talents and gifts to benefit others and to honor God? Good morning, Karen. How are you this morning? Or perhaps you're not content with the status quo and you believe God is nudging you to do something new. And so through life stories of the women that are inside of this book, Judy Peterson helps you identify your dream, gives you practical steps to pursue it, and bolsters your confidence to move ahead in faith. So whatever stage of life or family situation or background, you can follow your heart and discover God's dream for you. So actually, I'm looking forward to reading through this book. It sounds like an excellent, really good study book on how to maximize, I love to use that word, maximize your gifts, your talents, and your skills. And so Thank you so much for tuning in with me for the book of the week and our tea of the week. And now I'm going to turn this over to our executive director for the rest of our Tea Time Tuesday moment.
Hello, hello. Good to be here. Thank you, Mel, for just bringing us into this moment of tea time and also this moment of reflecting and resetting ourselves.
Yes.
Also, to follow your heart, that's a very good reading. I'm looking forward to diving into that as well. And also the tea of the week. I have my green tea. I'm doing Amalfi lemon organic green tea. So
Yes.
that's what I'm doing today. So hopefully you'll take a time right now with us to pause, to reset. And I want to really talk again about what we're doing with Tea Time Tuesday. Just real quick, just to share with you again why we do what we do. It is about renewal through meditation. It's important that we are mindful of where we are. We take a pause during our very busy schedules, the stress that we deal with, the grief that we may be dealing with, and then resetting ourselves. What does it mean to be mindful? That means being aware. No, being aware of where you are. And then resilience is about how we build each other, the ability to bounce back. We do that through community, our mental toughness. How do we strengthen ourselves? So I just wanted to just go back again and share briefly why we're doing what we're doing. So thanks, Mel, for opening us up. And let's go ahead and get into our tea time. All right. Thanks again. All righty. Hey, folks. Glad that you're here. This is Patrick J. Brown, your executive director here. And this Tea Time Tuesday is just for that. Today's tea time, we're going to walk through some exercises to really continue to focus on how we relax during our day. So let's take a moment right now to just relax ourselves. Let's quiet ourselves. Go ahead and close your eyes and sip your tea. And let's just decompress, all right? So let's do that first. Let's calm ourselves today. Now inhale, take a big breath, inhale, and exhale as your eyes are closed. All right, let's re-engage. Today, as we start, I'm going to bring up a series of screens, and I'd like you to think about the colors that you see on the screen. And as you're looking at the colors today, I'd like you to choose what color jumps out to you today. You'll go ahead and type it in the chat. What color jumps out to you today? What color jumps out to you today? Okay, turquoise, blue, blue, yellow, purple, blue, red, orange and blue. Okay. Green. Okay, now why does that color jump out to you today? And how does that tie to your emotional state? But before we do that, let's take another sip of our tea. And then let's come back to that. So before we type out why we chose that color, because we're choosing one color today, I want you to think about, just go ahead and sip your tea, please. And I'd like for you to please, now let's go ahead and type out why did we choose that particular color? How does that color communicate where your head space and your heart space is today? Okay, that's our opening for today. Let's take our time. I want you to think through that. We're thinking about color, and again, we are taking this time to really focus on where we are emotionally, where we are mentally, why you chose the color that you chose. All right, let's bring up some of the answers. Renee says because of vibrant. All right, blue is calming and reminds me of the ocean, which is relaxing to me. Calm and promising. Let's do some self-affirmation. I want you to say, I am, and then name the color, and then say what you just typed. For instance, if you say I am red and you chose, let's say you chose orange or red and you said I'm vibrant, I want you to be able to say it and speak a word of affirmation over yourself today. You can say, I am blue because I am calm and promising. I am calming and peaceful. I am peaceful. I am new. So I want you to just say that over you. Hear it, feel it, see it as we're looking at these colors. Now we're doing this self-affirmation today in tea time to help us build our community healing. As we are living in this world, there's a lot of movement. I want you to look at the colors today so that you can work on self-affirming words to help identify where we are, but also to help you shift where you are. I want you to say that out loud. I want you to type it in the chat. And as we're going through our tea time today, I want you to consider what these colors mean. And, because again, you're creating your space, right? You're creating your space. You're creating the environment in which you live. You're creating this atmosphere that you're currently in right now. And I don't want you to do a lot of thinking, just flowing today. All right. So one of the key things about this, as we're building resilience, we're going to focus on resilience today. When we heal ourselves, right, we heal others also. When we heal ourselves. And I know that we are currently in a time where we're not touching a lot. We're not connecting a lot in terms of our physical and social distancing. But because we're out of touch physically or not touching anyone doesn't mean we need to be out of touch with each other or out of touch with where we are. That's what mindfulness and awareness is about, knowing where I am and being able to be in that place, in that space, to be able to share where I am. So we're going to work on that today, on being in touch with where we are and why we are there, but also at the same time, what you're sharing in these affirmations is helping you make adjustments. So whatever it is that you wrote on the screen and the color that you chose today, you want to say that out loud. You want to sit with it. So let's sip our tea some more, if you will. And I appreciate everyone sharing with us today, sharing with transparency, sharing where your thoughts are. This is what's building community. We're taking a pause to do that. So we're going to connect with each other today. And as you're looking at the colors, all right, I want you to just take a time to relax. And as we are healing ourselves, we're healing others too, right? And I want us to understand how we contribute individually to our collective health, our community health, and how we touch each other and connect with each other. So we're going to, while we're having our tea time today, I want you to, we're going to do a time to relax how we touch each other by how we take care of our hands and how because again, if you work a lot with your hands, you're a hairstylist, you're a barber, you're constantly typing on computers, whatever type of job that you're doing, you're constantly typing, you're constantly engaging people. You might be one that works in the garden, in the yard, or you might be one that is working as in plumbing or carpentry or design. You're constantly using your hands. What is it that you need to do? We got to take time to focus on our bodies and what releases us. There's a lot of tension in the earth. There's a lot that's taking place. So we're going to focus on how we touch each other by taking care of our hands today and really focusing on that. I learned some of this when I had knee surgery many years ago, in 97, and what happens in between certain bones and the infrastructure of it. And this will help us. All right. So take off all your rings, if you will, and take off all your bracelets. If you have any watches that you might have, go ahead and take that off. All right. Go ahead and do that with me. And we're going to, if you have your favorite lotion or you have your cream or your whatever it is, I want you to concentrate on that, because what we're going to do is we're going to massage our hands. So go ahead and massage your hands. I got mine, my teak wood. All right. My Shay. All right. You said, well, why are we doing this? Well, as much as the stress that's going on in our world, we need to learn how to relax. So go ahead and really focus on putting them on. Make sure you go through everything, get it all there, as well as your wrists. And we're going to relax ourselves. All right. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to massage each and every area. We're going to focus on the knuckle section. All right. Key thing is put your hand up like this. All right. Take your opposite hand. We'll start with the right hand. Hold your right hand up. Take your left hand. We're going to start with the pinky, and we're going to massage right there from knuckle to knuckle area. And go ahead and just relax. Just go back and forth in between. And just relax yourself. This is your tea time. Just take a break and think about where you are. Some of you are saying, I am strong. That's your word for the day. I am upbeat and pleasant today. That's your word for the day. I'm thriving, hoping things that are getting better. I'm creative and wise. And as you just focus on the knuckles. That's all we're doing right now. Is that in between? I bet you some of you, what are you feeling right now? What's happening? I want you to also, as you're doing that, start going up in each section of your fingers. Go to your fingertips and make sure you get each of the areas of your fingers. Stuff we need to do because we're so busy, we don't pause to do these things. We're going to do that today. You can switch hands if you like. Sometimes most of the tension is in your dominant hand. And you need to dig deep into it. If you want to, start working on the central parts. Just the hands today, just the hands. Okay, let's do it again. Goodness. So if anybody wants to write out what's going on in your heart right now as far as the colors, the state of mind that you're in. Think through, we talked about, some of you chose purple, some of you chose red, some of you chose orange. And if your teacup is still hot, you may want to grab both, take both your hands and drink your tea. Let the heat from the tea warm your hands. Uh-huh. How about we just take that and let's take another break of calm and meditation. Let's do 1 minute of just disconnecting. 1 minute of disconnecting. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and bring this up. As you're relaxing, we're going to work on healing ourselves by taking this kind of time throughout our day to massage our hands so we can remember that it's important that we touch each other, so we connect with each other, even in the middle of this type of culture we're living in. When we heal ourselves, we can start healing our families. And it's no longer about our individual health. It's now about the community, the health of the community, the health of the collective. Just little ways like this to help us come together and focus on how we're going to help heal ourselves. All right, I want you to now work on taking your hand and work right here, this area right here, okay? And start going from here and going up and just working on that. There's a lot of tension that's there. If you're typing a lot, that's where the majority of your tension is going to be. You got staff meeting after meeting, stop after stop, conference after conference, constantly typing, and we're not working on that. Take your time to, Now, there are a couple of things that I want to encourage you also is to work on this type of massage, this type of mindfulness in the middle of your day. If you're typing a lot and you're in an office consistently, you need to take the time to do that for like 5 minutes, maybe every couple of hours. You drink your tea and you focus on your hands. While you're focusing on your hands, I want you to really encourage yourself with these time of affirmation. We don't spend enough time expressing where we are, what's happening in the world, what we're experiencing, the thoughts that are going through. And so now mindfulness, this awareness helps us look at our internal world and to be able to heal that. The community needs healing. So what we're doing in this time is taking time to focus on that by focusing. So what are your thoughts on this exercise? Anybody? What are your thoughts on this exercise? What are your thoughts on this type of daily activity, weekly? Is this something that you think would be an advantage for you? Would it be helpful during your daily experiences? Do you think pausing to focus on this will help you be in touch with where you are? I'd like to hear from you and get your thoughts. Anybody? Let's see here. We got a couple of ideas coming in today. Let's see here. Thoughts. I need to do this daily. Okay, Karen. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else? Your thoughts on this exercise today, your thoughts on the identifying where you are using the color. Even that. What are your thoughts there? What do you think that will do in terms of where you are and how you relate to your emotional state, perhaps, or identifying what's going on the inside of you? Anybody else? Anybody else? Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It is a wonderful way to implement many decompression and recentering moments. Okay. Thank you. This type of exercise helps me to focus on my inner thoughts. See, as the village, the global village, the village here in our nation of humanity, we take these times to pause. Just because we're not connecting right now in many different areas does not mean that we want to continue to be out of touch with each other. And I want you to spend some time, because a lot of times we'll say things like, what's in your hands, right? The gifts, the talents, your time, your abilities, your resources. We talk about it being in your hands or being under your stewardship. But this is taking back how we touch each other by realizing the tension that many of us carry. They even say that I read a book about my grandmother's hands. I think that was the name of the book. And it talked about how important it is, how the human body stores trauma in specific areas. And I imagine how we connect with each other, but have we really taken the time to really focus on what our bodies are collecting? Certain areas, they collect it. Well, our hands also too. And so I want to encourage us to take some time to really specifically focus on that. Let's hear what else has helped, what others are saying here. Helps you to focus on your inner thoughts. Thank you for sharing that. Your hands are more relaxed, intentionally stopping to take care of yourself. Our hands need exercising too. Absolutely. I type all day, every day. I'm presenting all day, sharing my screen all day. I've been doing that for nearly 5 years, just remote work, constantly typing, constantly presenting. Are we taking care of our eyes? Are we taking care of our postures when we're at, and also are we doing that to take care of our hands? And so I think that's important that we do that. Refreshing and needed, releases endorphins needing to release stress. Absolutely. Thank you. And yes, that is a great book. Absolutely incredible book. So let's take a few moments, if you will. And I want you to, as our last exercise, to think through the color that you chose today. And I want you to think through the color that you chose. We had several different colors that we were looking at today. Oops, got the wrong screen up. Sorry. All right. And I want you to, oh, great. I'm glad you like the cup warming exercise. Yes, thank you. I'd like you to look at the colors again, and the color that you chose, I want you today to say that you're going to make an empowered choice to set the rest of your week with that color. So based upon the color that you chose today, we're going to make an empowered decision to focus on that color. So how are you going to make an empowered decision to focus on that color? Go ahead and share that with us. Based upon the color that you chose today, how are you going to set your week with that color, that affirmation, and make that a focal point for your week? Okay, in terms of how you're feeling in your thought process, because you can choose. This is an empowering moment of relaxation, an empowering moment of decompressing, an empowering way of saying, I'm going to focus on a particular color because that is going to push me or move me to where I need to be in terms of my mental and my emotional state. Before we leave, I want to bring up one last slide. And based upon the evidence-based practices and research in the psychology of color, those of you today that chose blue, blue represents trust and warm and calm, faith, natural, stable power. Perhaps this is your week that you're going to be calm. So I want you to think about how you're going to use that. Let's see some comments coming in. Use that color to trigger my inner peace. Wow, that's Thank you for that. That's a great idea, folks. Use that color to trigger my inner peace. You're taking your power. You're taking your empowerment, Celestine. That's a great advice and approach. Thank you for sharing that. Okay. Start and end my day in prayer and meditation to help me remain in a state of calm. Yes. Start and end. We need to start out with that and end with it. And it's important. I'm glad that you mentioned meditation, because sometimes we just need to be quiet and allow in our prayer time to have clarity in our thoughts and in our hearts. Staying calm in the hurriedness of the day, focusing on calm. Thank you. How do you plan on using this? So we've got blue, we've got red. If you chose red today, perhaps you're going to focus on love. Maybe you're going to focus on energy. Maybe you're going to focus on how to creatively, if you're going through an angry situation, perhaps there's a way that you can channel that into creativity. Maybe you're hungry for something and this is going to be a week of hunger and development. You may chose black, bold and rich, elegant. Maybe you're focusing on, you're one that's focusing on balance. So in other words, I want you to be able to make that decision on how you're going to use the power of your color that you chose today to strengthen. Okay. One of the key things I like to share with people is that we can have a spirit-inspired temperament. A spirit-inspired temperament. That means you as a person, as a spirit, can inform your temperament by saying, I'm going to choose, this is a focus of mine today, and acknowledging the awareness is where your power lies. Awareness, moments where you're able to say, I've identified what's going on in my head and my heart space, right? And because I've been able to identify, let me use this. Maybe my color today is blue. So I'm going to focus on calm. I've got so much that I have to do, so much that's going on right now. We're being inundated with what it is that's happening in the world. I'm choosing to be blue. And I know what blue means to me. Wow, I'm staying in touch with the exercises. So I want to encourage you this week to focus on that. If you can do that, I think that will help you. I wrote a post yesterday and it said, don't absorb, I'll type it out here, what you observe. Okay. Don't absorb what you observe. We're looking at a lot in our world. We're looking at a lot in our world. And because we're looking at a lot in our world, are we able to look at the things that we want to create and look at that? So that helps us with the power of creating what we want upstairs, up here, what we want here. And so I want you to, through this week, perhaps think through this color, think through this exercise and say, I'm going to choose blue. I'm going to choose yellow. This is where I am today. And perhaps that will help you shift what's happening in your environment. Okay. So again, take a time for the rest of your day to breathe, to relax. Hopefully you'll apply some of this exercise or these principles perhaps, and just tips, snips and tips to be able to help adjust where you are in your mind, where you are in your headspace with mindfulness, with awareness. And that's key. Being aware is key. That's why we do a prognosis and we have analysis, and why we go through a diagnosis, and we assess where we are even in our physical health, because we want to be aware. You know, it's interesting. We do blood sugar, we do blood pressure, all these other things we do for our physical body. Well, what's the pressure of our heart? What's the pressure of our minds? Okay. If we assess that physically, then we need to assess that mentally. These types of moments help us with that. Okay. And it helps you gain a sense of empowerment necessary in order for you to be able to lead better, lean in better, live. So this is important to be able to do that. All right. Here are a few more answers coming in. Let's see what's happening here. Going to write in and display it as a reminder to myself and encourage it to others. Intentionally approach every interaction with passion and love, being deliberate and intentional. Thank you for sharing that. I will use purple in every area of my life, coming up with creative and wise solutions for myself as well as others. This has been such a great exercise today, folks. I've enjoyed this. The resilience here, the building together, the connecting together. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate you, everyone, being a part of the Tea Time Tuesdays today. Let me know what other subjects we can have or how this is benefiting you and ways we can expand and foster a larger community. People, I think that would be great if we can continue to build this and strengthen each other. You're welcome, Teresa. Absolutely. I hope this has been strengthening to you as well. Thank you for being on. As we are here at the Renewal Center, one of our areas of focus is, number one is revealing Christ. Number two, renewing minds. Three, restoring lives and reforming culture. So we have a strong emphasis on hospitality. If you're in the Charlotte and Concord area, and you're passing through on 77 or 85, you can come visit us, have some tea with us, some coffee, come to our thought room. That's our library space, our action room, our planning space and strategy place, our art and our voice room. Come here, connect with us, reflect, write, dream, imagine. Those are the things that we want to be able to help you in. And that's what we're here for. It's to be able to provide this type of fellowship for the entire community as we're building resilience together. So I thank you for being on. I also want to remind you, for those of you that would like to be partners with us, you can always reach out to us if you download our mobile app. Type in your Google, Apple, or your Android store, the Renewal Center. You can follow us. If you'd like to donate, we appreciate your partnership. We'd like to continue to strengthen our monthly budget, And if you have it in your heart to connect with us and donate that way, please do. You can text to give us as well, or you can go to our website as well. And I'll bring that up here on the screen. You can either text the word Renewal Center to the number 888-364-4483, or you can also give online at that website, our website. All right. So we'd like you to be a part, or of course, through our mobile app. So again, I want to thank you for being a part of that. Tomorrow evening, 7:30, we have our Reforming Culture series. That's every first, second, and third Wednesday evenings, Eastern Standard Time. So if you'd like to be a part of that study, please go to the Renewal Center site and you can register there. We have that on any Zoom virtual platform, a time of discussion and sharing. And so I thank you for being a part of that. So again, folks, I hope that you have a very good afternoon, a very good morning, a very good day, depending on the part of the world that you're in. Always remember that I am Renewal, and I hope that this has been a strength to you today as we focused on renewal. All right, folks. Well, enjoy the rest of your tea. I'm going to go reheat this a little bit. I probably want to get another one. And so happy to connect with you as well, Karen. So glad that you've been a part of this today. Everybody else, have a very good afternoon. Refresh yourself, reset yourself, and be resilient through mental toughness as we strengthen each other. All right. Have a good day. Talk with you soon.
Hello, my name is Carmela E. Head.
Hello, everybody. I'm Prophet Hope Milton.
Hi, I'm Patrick J. Brown, Executive Director of Culture and Context of the Renewal Center.
Here at the Renewal Center, it is the center for prophetic art, thought, voice, and action.
The one thing I love about the Renewal Center is the core values, which we're revealing Christ, renewing minds, we're restoring lives, and reforming community. And we know that the only way that we can do that is to reveal Christ to everyone.
That's right. If any person is in Christ, that person will be and can be a new creation. You've been created to reveal Christ. That's right. Christ in you, being born from above, being born again, being generated from a higher place, which is Christ. In you, the hope of glory.
And when I think about renewal, I think about continual growth. We all have the capacity. We all have the very much capacity to move forward and to expand ourselves. So that's what growth and renewal is all about here at the Renewal Center.
So excited to be here. I hope that you will continue to connect. This is an awesome vision. And I'm just excited about everything that God is doing in the Renewal Center here in Concord, North Carolina.
I am.
I am.
I am.
I am.
I am.
And I am.
I am.
I am.
Renewal.